Welcome back to my channel. It's the Divine Soul Sister here. Y'all, I sat and recorded an entire video and there was no sound. So we're going to try this again. I'm going live. I'm trying to think whether or not I need to change my seat to get a little bit of vision. But nah, I'm going to come on back. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about spiritual validation in general, but spiritual validation. And this was dropped in my spirit this AM. So I have clients from time to time that will say, I wish I was like you. I wish I heard. I wish I knew certain things. You do. We all are spiritually inclined. But are you doing the work to develop the muscle that is your intuition? Oftentimes we are not. And one way that you can rob yourself of the opportunity of developing that particular skill is by constantly seeking a stamp of approval from someone else. What do I mean by that? So, some of you, most of my clients have an indication as to what is going to occur. The questions they asking me, more often than not, I'm just the light that shines clarity on a situation. I'm just the sounding board. I am just someone to remove the log from someone else's eyes. But in your heart of hearts, you already know. And all you are doing is wanting somebody to say, yep, what you are feeling, what you are intuiting, what you are thinking, what you are just knowing, you are right and correct. There's nothing wrong with having readings. I have readings with people too. I have people that I depend on, that I trust to read for me, and will continue to seek out their services just for me to make sure that I'm on track. But I'm not always constantly seeking someone to say, yep, you're right. Yep. Because what it does is it takes away from what my own spirits are telling me, my own oversoul is telling me, or trying to convey to me. Some of you are not getting the fullness of the messages that you could receive because you refused to tap in to your intuition. You don't trust what your gut is telling you. We all stumble and fall short. We all make mistakes, but that does not take away from the ability that you have to trust. Stop seeking constant validation. Also, just in regards to your spiritual walk, it's okay having people that are of a similar walk, but everybody's walk is individual. Whether you all practice similar, have a similar tradition that you practice and observe or not, you all show up differently because we all are interconnected. It's like a puzzle. Each piece is uniquely constructed to fit together into the greater whole. And when you constantly try to form yourself and fashion yourself as another different piece, guess what happens? The puzzle never completely comes together in the tapestry that is spirituality because you are not standing in your unique place. You want to be a part, which is a human condition. We want to be a part of something. But there comes a point in your journey and in your life that you're going to have to stand on your own square, 10 toes down, without anyone validating your existence, your journey, your value, what you bring to the table. And it does not feel well. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you feel joyful. Oftentimes, more often than not, you feel like you just are doomed to be alone. Nobody understands you. It's like a dark night of the soul. Often that's a part of it. But what I'm going to tell you is, and I'm going to encourage you today, is to say, you know what? Life is cyclical. It is phase, and this is just a phase. I am evolving yet again. When a worm goes inside that cocoon, no other worm is going up in there with them. They go in that cocoon alone. Why? Because their transformation is an individual process. And no worm that I ever seen looks at another worm and says, you think I'm gonna be all right in the cocoon? Can you, what you think about me turning into a butterfly? They don't. They go ahead and follow what nature has set forth for them, that blueprint for them, and then they allow themselves to be transformed into something beautiful, something new that they've never been before. So what I'm telling you is this. It's fine and great to have people, that can mentor you, that can be that sounding board, that can give you some clarity, that can help you connect some pieces that you may be missing. But ultimately, you must become your own oracle. You must learn to incline to your own inner hearing, to trust what your oversoul is saying, to trust what your intuition, your ori, your first mind, your gut is telling you. Whatever vocabulary sounds good to you. There are messages and rituals and rites of passage that are specific to you depending on your lineage, your ancestry. There are things that are not privy or meant to be privy to the general public that have been created and passed down just for you. But you are never going to get the fullness of what your people are trying to give you if you don't trust. And stop always trying to get somebody to say it's okay, to validate your existence, to validate your walk, to validate your spiritual practices. Stop. Don't do it no more. Don't do it anymore. If you want to book readings, great. But you got to also spend time alone and listening to that small voice telling you, don't you go over there. Let's try this way. You know you need to work on this, and so on and so forth. I have been away for some time off. I've probably been away about a month now from doing tea and tarot and doing my divine downloads on social media to allow myself space, first of all, to refresh, but also to listen to what Spirit is telling me. Spirit told me it's time for me to fall back some, stop giving so much. There are other things that need my full attention. So that's what I've been doing. And as far as YouTube is concerned, I think I became jaded and kind of let my channel go into oblivion because it wasn't growing at the rate. I tried all the things, but now I'm seeing that is not. I had to go back to why I originally began the channel. Why do I do what I do? Anyway, I do what I do because I know that it helps people. And I'm just a regular around the way girl. Ain't nothing, I'm just your regular sis that you see around the hood, period. That know a little something about a little something. So stop seeking external validation. You validate you. Step into your worth. So my challenge to you as we close out this Gregorian calendar year of 2021 is to give your intuition room to expand. Trust what your first mind is telling you. Trust it and develop that muscle. I told you all last year, before last year was gone, that in this year, your level of discernment must be A1. It will continue into 2022. I've sat with Spirit a little bit to get together what I feel are important themes for the new year, but I'm not at a point where I want to share them as of yet. But this may be a part of it, is that it's time for you all to become your own oracle, to learn to trust what your first mind is telling you. Your first mind is never going to steer you wrong. Think back on your life when your mind told you one thing and you did something differently. You did something contrary to what your first mind said. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, it did not turn out the way that you assumed it would. Because you went in, you probably said, dang, I should have did. The first thing came to my mind. You should have. Because your first mind, your intuition is right and correct for you. Those decisions may not be good for me, but it's for you. It's entirely for you, honey. So you got to learn to trust. All right, I've been on about 10 minutes. I wanted to come in and share that. I am going to show up more in 2022. I am making that declaration, but I'm not going to say that it's going to be a weekly thing. And I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But as I feel I have things of value to say, to share with you, that is the way that I will show up moving forward. In a genuine, authentic way. Stop seeking, peace, fam, external validation. Please go back and watch the beginning. I'm going to get this posted. Again, I will be showing up a different way in 2022. Not just because it's now this day and I got to do it this way. Nope. Nope, that won't do. That will not do. I have to do it from a space of I'm giving value, but I'm also honoring who I am and keeping my cup full. I'm pouring from the overflow only, moving forward. All right. Sending you all an abundance of peace, love, light, and always balance. May be protected from anyone who's wishing ill towards you and those connected to you. May bliss and abundance flow in your life. Let it sweet honey of Oshun. And may you be nurtured and nourished as I did Mother Yemoja always nurtures and nourishes us. I'll see you all around the way. If I don't see you before this calendar year is done, happy holidays, happy new year, happy whatever you celebrate, my love. Happy solstice is almost the witch's holiday, and she is here and ready for it. See you all soon.